Hello everybody, we are back with another deck in Standard. This time we are playing an Abzan Legends deck where we are playing with some of the best legends that Abzan has to offer. So one of my favorite things to do in Magic is to play with some strong, powerful planeswalkers and just a bunch of legends and other powerful creatures. And Abzan is one of my favorite color sets, so I decided to just combine all of those things together. So this deck is designed to play with some powerful planeswalkers that within the Abzan colors that can help us take over games. We have a bunch of them in this deck to help us overpower an opponent. We are also playing with some great legendary creatures that can be very difficult for opponents to attack into and can make our boards very difficult to stop. So let's see how this deck plays out, and don't forget to wait for the end of the video where we talk about what's in this deck and how the deck performed overall. Alright, so I think I'm going to keep this. We'll play with that. We'll get the dig up to get our swamp. Yeah, so we'll take the swamp into our hand. So we'll have cut down, tear asunder next turn. Working up to Thalia. Okay, we'll let that be. Appearing like it's mono white. Just get rid of that with the cut down. Now we get a Brushland. Okay, so let's just play down the plaza. We got Thalia next turn. We've got a tear asunder that is ready. Wedding announcement. We'll just tear asunder before they get to do anything with it. And we get a Nissa. Nissa's pretty good. So we'll go another plaza, and we'll go Thalia. And let's get the forest down. Now we have Nissa, if we really want it, on this next turn. Jukai Naturalist. We also have a Glissa. Glissa is also very nice. Brushland. So we'll attack with the Thalia. And we'll just get rid of the Brushland. Get Deathcap Clade. I think I want to have the Glissa ready because this is enchantments. So Glissa, when it deals that combat damage, it can be able to destroy an enchantment if we really wanted to. But I really debated between doing the Nissa and the Glissa, and we win. Opponent's going to have a hard time dealing with that. Good win. Selesnya enchantments. It's pretty strong. We were able to stop them pretty quickly. We've got all of our mana ready to go. We've got Thalia, we've got Glissa, first touching Death Strikers. Death Touchers, not Strikers, Death Touchers. And Nissa comes down and we just really just dominate, especially since Nissa destroy target artifact or enchantment. Alright, so the opponent's going to be going first. I think that this is keepable. I think it's a keepable hand for us. Mono red. So we'll go Overgrown Farmland. We'll pass. Reckless Impulse, okay. Okay. Yeah, so we'll go Plaza and we'll play Thalia. See what the opponent's gonna have to do here. See what they choose to do. They do Blazing Crescendo. It's a pretty big hit. Can we take a 12 hit? We're gonna take it. We'll go there and we will dig up and grab so we'll have the 2 there, we'll have so I think we're gonna grab Swamp. And we'll hold the Thalia back. If the Thalia dies this next turn, it dies. It's Chandra. And a Phoenix Chick. Okay. We're blocking. Shattered Sanctum. Okay. I'm gonna hold back. See what the opponent chooses to play, because Wandering Emperor is gonna be coming out. Bloodfire and Kamano. Those are pretty good with this prowess. Yep. They hit us. It's more land. So we're going to exile the Swift Spear. We'll gain 2 life, so Phoenix Chick will bring us down. That's pretty good. Blazing Crescendo. And Play with Fire is going to kill our thing. This might be game over. Target creature. With reach. That might be our best play here. Wrenn is probably our best play here. Yeah. Try and protect our total as much as we can. What can Chandra do? Well, a squeeze pretty dang good. Yep, that's game. That's game. We're going to be a little too slow. Too slow. We didn't have much interaction, so that's going to be game on that one. Opponent's going first, but I'm going to keep this. Mire. Skrelv is Skrelv is that legendary creature we can play right away. We got 2 Thalias. Go Brushland, Thalia. Thalia could be good against them, since they do have that blue. Give them some toxic. Let's see what we can do against them. Kaito. Let's go there. We could go Thalia right now just to ensure that we have it. Because we could play Wrenn and Realmbreaker whenever we want. So I'm going to attack with Skrelv. Skrelv can't block, so might as well attack. Yeah, that's fine. If they want to play something to combat us... a little bit of green. Then they can do that. Tenacious Underdog. Yeah, so they get to draw a card. That's fine. Okay, so we could go Thalia. We could go Wrenn. Maybe not. Let's attack in for now. Get rid of Kaido. And then let's go Thalia. Eat some damage. We'll play Thalia. Not Thalia. Takenuma. So we've got a first striking Death Toucher. They go for the throat. That's alright with me. We can go Wrenn and Realmbreaker here. So I want to do Takenuma, you, and you. We'll go Brushland. We'll attack in. Okay. Let's see what the opponent does now. Kaido, Dancing Shadow. Alright. Whenever one or more creatures do combat, you may return one of them. Okay. Death Touch. Okay. So we go you. We'll go to combat. And I think I'm going to go towards Kaido. Yeah. And then we'll just do Glissa. and throw up a dig up. Go get a swamp. Make sure we have the swamps. Swamp comes down. Alright. So we have enough for Vraska next turn if we would like. Thalia goes away. And that's Tenacious Underdog. Okay. So we're gonna go Vraska. You go away. Yeah, Kaido goes away. Probably should have been a little bit more aware of which lands I was spending for Vraska. Terra Sunder. Alright. Wrenn and Realmbreaker. We get to the almost the ultimate. Would have loved to do the ultimate, but we didn't quite get to the ultimate. That's okay. Terra Sunder on Vraska. That'll be okay as well. What kind of creatures you got? You just have Tenacious Underdogs. Alright. They have no cards in hand. So we're going to go Adeline. That'll attack. Dig up. I think I'm going to hold on to the dig up just for a little bit longer. I think I'm going to block. They draw a card. Yeah, and we win. Okay, cool. We win that one. That's awesome. Good work from Abzan Legends, working hard against this kind of deck. Did great. Alright, welcome back to, after those games, to the finishing up of this deck. I definitely think that this deck could be better. It could definitely be better. It could be more optimized. It seems like we're just kind of drawing cards whenever we draw cards. A lot of that becomes because I want to play with a lot of legendary creatures, so I've got a lot of 2-ofs out there, so we just kind of are drawing whatever. Probably need to be a little bit more optimized that way. Thalia's, yeah, they're nice, but at the same time we have so many cards that are non-creature cards that it really makes things just a little bit more difficult to play, especially when we want to be playing a little bit more of our planeswalkers near the end, so it makes things a little slow, probably taking out Thalia's right now. So, but I think that's what could be really good about changing up on the deck. If you have any other suggestions for me, leave them in the comments down below. So let's talk about the cards that are in the deck and what reasons for them. So we've got 2 Skrelvs. Obviously really nice to be able to get hexproof for whatever we need to deal with an opponent going after us. We have got 2 cut downs, really nice for early game when we just need to get rid of things. Worked really well in the first game, as was shown. 3 dig ups. I like the ability to be able to search for a basic land in our deck early game, and then later in the game we can use the cleave option and get anything we want. That's really nice. Like I said, we've got the 3 Thalias here. It's nice to be able to slow down an opponent from being able to cast non-creature spells, even if it disrupts our game, which is probably why Thalia would be one of the first things I would cut from this version of the deck. We've got 2 Terra Sunders, really good card, be able to exile any artifact or enchantment, and when we have 4 mana, we can exile a target non-land permanent instead, which is really good to be able to never see a certain card ever again. Alright, 2 Adelines. Adeline's really good. When you get it out there and it starts attacking, it has vigilance, you get your board bigger. Obviously, really good. Gets more powerful the more creatures we have on the field. Wrenn and Realmbreaker. I really like this card. You can get a land onto the field for 3/3. All of your lands can tap for anything, which is really nice. Milling 2 cards, we can mill the 3 cards and get a permanent into our hand. Really nice. And then we got close. We got close to do the ultimate ability, being able to play lands and cast permanent spells from your graveyard, which is really nice, especially when we have Thalia, the Gitrog monster, because every time we attack, we need to sacrifice a creature or a land. So being able to get the ultimate off can be really strong with Thalia when you have Thalia out, because Thalia is a really good creature. It's a 4/4, first striking, death touch. A lot of decks don't know what to deal with a first striking death toucher, which is also why we have a Glissa Sunslayer. Not just for the first striking death touch, but because of its ability. We get to draw cards, we get to destroy enchantments, we get to remove counters from an opponent or from us, whatever we need to do. It's perfect. And it's a 3/3 at the 3 mana. Pretty good. We've got a Wandering Emperor, obviously one of the most powerful planeswalkers, because you can exile, you can flash it in, you can create 2/2s, you can create first strikers and put a token on them. Really strong. We've already talked about Thalia. So then we've got Ao, the Dawn Sky, really good card, flying and vigilance for a 5/4. When it dies, we can look at the 7 cards, put any number of non-land permanent cards with a total of mana 4 or less onto the battlefield, which is pretty dang good since we've got so many good cards that we can get out onto the field at the 4 mana or less. So that's really nice. Or we could put counters. The Cruelty of Gix is another one that we've got in the deck. I really enjoy this card. We can read ahead so we can choose what we want to do. We can remove cards from an opponent's hand. We can search for cards in our hand. And then we can put creatures from any graveyard onto the field. And we can choose whichever one we want to do because we have that read ahead ability. I enjoy this card a lot, especially late game when either the opponent has gotten rid of something that we really like, we can get it out of the field, or we can look for a card that's just a game winner for us in those later games. We've got a Thrun, Breaker of Silence. I really enjoy this card. It's a Trampler. It's a 5/5. It can't be countered. So it's going to be on the field, and then it can't be the target of any spells or abilities if they're non-green, which is really strong. You can't kill it if you're black, so you can't just do a kill card, and then you can't just... The only thing that can really stop it is green. And if it's your turn, it has indestructible, so you might as well swing it in no matter what. And then you've got Wrenn and Seven. Obviously, really good planeswalker. It's got many abilities. The Tree Folk can be really big when we've got lots of lands on the field, and then it can draw lands when we need it. And then our big hitters here at the end are planeswalkers. We've got Vraska, Betrayal, Sting. I like this card. You can either turn a problematic creature into an artifact, and it's basically useless other than using it for mana. And then if you can get it to its ultimate ability, the opponent's going to get a ton of Toxic. Going to get a ton of Toxic, and then you could just proliferate after that. That's really good. That's pretty dang strong to be able to do. Next one, we've got Nissa, Ascended Animist. Really like this card as well because we can create a creature that's equal to Nissa's loyalty at the time of its creation. We can destroy artifacts and enchantments. And just to finish it off with a -7 ultimate ability, if we're casting it for 7, which we could do the ultimate ability right away, and that can be a game winner. And then last card here, I love Kaya. Kaya is one of my more favorite planeswalkers, so I try and play with Kaya as much as I can. This Kaya has hexproof, so you can't get rid of it. We can be able to draw cards. We're able to drain the opponent's life total while we gain life. And then -3, exile target creature or enchantment, and then create a copy of that. That can be pretty powerful. So I really enjoy Kaya. It's probably not the most optimized, but I love playing with Kaya, so I try and throw Kaya in there. That's why we only got one of them. But that's the deck. We got 26 lands so that we are able to be drawing into lands because we got a lot of things that are higher costed, so we need to make sure that we're getting them out onto the field. And that is the deck. I love Abzan. Again, like I said, if you have suggestions for this deck, leave it in the comments. But I think that this deck has some ability to be pretty strong. It's not quite strong where it needs to be right now, but we'll get it there.
I went for the head.